Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 40 of Shattered Image, and this one is titled It's Giving Touched. Sero had only just gotten back home and had had a chance to say at least hi to his parents, then got into his room before his phone rang in his pocket and he pulled it out curiously and looked at the screen. He was surprised and excited to see your name there, and so unlocked his phone and pressed it to his ear. Long time no speak, he teased into the phone. Ugh, you're just as boring as I remembered too, you teased back with a smirk on your face. What's up? He asked as he sat down on his bed and then pulled the phone from his ear and pressed speaker so he could lie down and chat. You said, and then paused. Where did you start with this? Sero waited for you to collect your thoughts. I read the folder that Isaiah gave me. You finally said. Oh, yeah. And what did it say? He asked curiously, rolling his head towards his phone on the pillow beside his head. Lots, you replied. I'm still trying to process it, I guess. Yeah, that's fair, he replied. There was silence for a bit and then you spoke again. So, my dad told me something, you said, about our quirk. Yeah, Sarah asked, waiting for you to continue. Man, you said softly, I'm totally screwed. I'm messed up. My family's messed up, and I'm probably going to end up killing myself or something. Whoa, what? Sero said, doing a crunch and flipping over so he could grab his phone. Kinda cool, I guess, he replied numbly. Wish I could at least take someone out with me. Hey, don't talk like that. You're not going anywhere, he said into the speaker. Where are you? Are you home? Yeah, you replied. I'm coming right now, okay? He said as he jumped off the bed and ran for his bedroom door. You just left, you replied. You don't even know where I live. Yes, I do. I memorised it, he said as he ran for the stairs and grabbed one of his jumpers that was left hanging on the banister, then pretty much cleared the entire stairs and landed at the bottom and then kept running. You heard him yell something out to his parents about going out and that he would be back later, and then you heard the door slam and the sound of him start to pant on the other end of the line. Are you really coming? You asked, not believing that the sounds that you were hearing on his end of the line were real. Yes, don't move. Stay on the line, okay? He said. I'm going to use my quirk to get there quicker. You huffed with mild apathy. Aren't you cool? Yeah, bet I am. But I'm cooler when you're around me. So I'm not letting you out of my sight, he said, and you heard him grunt as he must have thrown himself from one building to another. The world wouldn't even change if I went here, you said, and he rebuked you immediately. My world will change. It'll have a huge hole in it. I need you here, he said, and you heard him grunt again as he threw himself to another building. Why do you even care? You asked, staring numbly into your lap. I don't know, but I do, so I'm coming, he said. I know which side of the house your room is on, because when we left I saw the lights upstairs come on, and I knew it was you. Weirdo stalker, you said. I'll take it, he replied. Just then you heard a light thud on the roof outside your window, and you looked up. Open up, right now, Yin, he said, and you mechanically crawled over your bed and then reached for the window and slid the curtains back, looking at him on the other side of the glass. You just looked at him. He seemed so far away yet so close, and he crouched there panting while looking at you. Come on, Yin, open the window, he coaxed into the phone. It's okay, just let me in. We can work this out. I know we can. You don't know who I really am, you replied. I've read the file. You're not the file. You're you, he replied. Open up. Come on, please. Your body just didn't want to move. Listen, I've been with you in hospital. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you, your past, your potential, your future. I know you're spiraling right now. I can see it in your eyes. I've been around you enough to know when it's happening. And all those times that you've spiraled, I've been there. I can help you, he coaxed. Slowly you reached for the window latch and he watched with bated breath, willing for you to open it. Finally you did, and he quickly pushed his fingers into the gap between the window and sill, not caring if you changed your mind and tried to close it on him. He just needed to get in there with you. With his help you opened the window, and then he crawled in as quickly as he could and wrapped his arms around you. Your whole body was shaking, and he held you tight as he moved around a bit on your bed until he was holding you comfortably. You were uncharacteristically quiet, and he didn't want to ask why, but instead just decided to give you options if you needed it. You can scream into me if you want, he offered softly. I don't know if your parents are going to come in and find me here, though. Pillow, you said, and he quickly reached for your pillow and then offered it to you. You took it and then pressed it to your face and unleashed a scream into it that he'd never heard before. Wow, he thought as your body continued to tremble in his arms while he held you. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Over and over you screamed, but it didn't feel like it was doing anything. Hey, he offered after he'd given you ample time to try and release the overwhelming feelings you had. You pulled your face back from the pillow and looked at him. Come with me, he said suddenly. I have an idea. You'll love this. What is it? You asked him. Just come, he said, dumping you off his lap and then standing up and offering you his hand and then bending over to open the window again. Where are we going? You asked as you took his hand. Nowhere, he said with a grin as he led you out onto the roof and walked you along it. How do you usually get down from here? He asked as he walked you towards your backyard and looked out and around. I usually lower myself down and hang and then jump down from there. It's not too far, you said. Sarah looked around and then looked back at you. Well, tonight we're going down a different way, he said, yanking you into his side before shooting his tape off into the darkness. What? You asked. I don't know what you're talking about. But before you could finish your sentence, you were suddenly shot off the roof by him, still held close by his one arm, and then screamed as he swung off into the night. As soon as you got your bearings, you saw that he had attached his tape to a nearby apartment block and was using it as an anchor point to swing along, and then detach you as he got to the height of the swing and shot his tape to another apartment block, doing so once more before landing you both in a side street close to town. What is this? You asked, not understanding what he was doing. You usually go hunting, right, when it gets this bad, he said, looking at you. Oh, well, yeah, you replied with a smirk. You down to hunt with me? I got something better than hunting, he replied with an equally cheeky smirk. Oh, you going to stab someone? You asked. Watch this, he said proudly, but don't move, okay? Stand right here, I'll be back. Okay, weirdo, you replied, crossing your arms across your chest and waiting. Show me. Sero took a few steps back and then crouched a little before sprinting past you down the road. Oh, weirdo, you laughed. What are you... And then all of a sudden he disappeared into the sky and you stood there looking in the direction that he had gone, wondering what he was doing. While you were looking in that direction, something came up suddenly behind you and grabbed you, swinging you off your feet and up into the sky, so high you had to scream again. What in the... you shouted, looking at who had grabbed you and seeing Sero there. What is this? Hold on tight, we're going up, he shouted, swinging you as high up as he could and then retracting his tape. It's a free fall! Oh, what? You shouted, your shout dissolving into screaming as you suddenly started to fall back down to earth again. And that, ladies, gents and gender bents, is why I've titled it It's Giving Touched, very Hawks coded. Stay tuned for the next chapter coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.